That was Melissa.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Committee on Public Services. Madam Clerk, could you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Varga,
She is here. Oh, she's sidebarring there.
Commissioner Varga, Commissioner Palomera,
Mark him is excused right now. Oh, here he is.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Present.
Commissioner Hattis,
Present.
Commissioner Baydoun,
Here.
Commissioner Dobb. Here. Chair Mareki,
Here.
you have a quorum present.
Thank you. Next item.
B, Chairwoman's remarks.
I have none. Next item.
C, approval of the September 20th, 2022 meeting minutes.
So moved.
Okay, we have an approval and many supports. Any changes, questions, comments? Okay, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any nays, any abstentions? Motion passes. Next item.
D, unfinished business. There is none listed.
Okay, next item.
Item 1, under new business, forwarding the August 2022 report of all complaint calls made to 1-888 road crew.
Okay, we're going to take all of these together and have a motion at the end. Any questions on this? All right, next item.
Item 2, requesting commission approval of a comparable source contract with the 1-year option to renew with Environmental Consulting and Technology, Inc. and ECT Engineering.
Okay, I think I saw Ms. Bradford come in. Morning. I just want to ask you, because this will be asked at full board, why this is a comparable source.
Let me see. Good morning. Alicia Bradford, Parks Division Director, Commissioner Mareki. This is a comparable source. Right now, this is part of our Great Lakes Restoration Initiative project, in which ECT is the lead consultant on designing and project managing those. This is just an aspect of that we're trying to maximize the opportunity while they're doing the Great Lakes restoration to put these amenities in as well, so we can do some cost savings. So since they are familiar with the grounds, the project, and kind of done the legwork beforefront for the Great Lakes restoration projects, we wanted to have them do that additional portion for our recreation amenities as well.
Okay, and yeah, thank you for that explanation. I just wanted that on the record because it will come up. And we had the list of what's going on in each park. I have a question. Does Bell Creek already have an amphitheater, or is that going to be something new?
Commissioner McGregor, Bell Creek does not have an amphitheater. That is part of some of our recreation amenities that we would like to put in. Some of it will be done in phases. Right now, we are addressing through the Great Lakes restoration, just as far as the wetlands, doing some restoration there. The lower bowl of Bell Creek, we are looking at that, a potential area for an amphitheater, but we've put in a fitness zone as well. So we're looking to expand that based on some of the input from the community and from our strategic master plan. So that's why we're trying to do that through ECT, because they've done, again, a lot of that legwork design for that aspect, and also have submitted for some of the quotes for the recreation amenities for not only Bell Creek, but Colonial, Inkster. There are a number of projects that we're undertaking with the Great Lakes Restoration Initiative. And again, I'll be happy to come back to a COPS meeting to give the update on some of those projects and statuses where we are.
Okay, that'd be great. That's exciting. I'm sure that amphitheater will be used quite a bit.
Quite a bit.
With all county citizens. Any questions on this? Okay, thank you. And thank you for the offer of updating us. It's always good that we can inform our constituents about these fun projects. Okay, next item.
Item 3, requesting commission approval of an intergovernmental agreement with the City of Riverview.
Okay, this is from the Parks Millage, the commissioners part of that, City of Riverview, for a preschool area in their Memorial Park. Questions? Okay, next item.
Item 4, requesting commission approval of an intergovernmental agreement with the City of Dearborn Heights.
Same thing, and this is for their central part, improvements in that. Questions? All right, next item.
Item 5, requesting commission approval of Amendment 1 to a 2-year construction contract with EC Cornell.
Okay, this is to modify the contract for costs incurred by extra construction fees. Okay, it's not retroactive, it's just a modification. Funding. Any questions on this one? Item.
Item 6, requesting commission approval of a 2-year contract with a 1-year option to renew with Kirk's Automotive.
This is for automobile batteries. And there were 123 direct solicitations on this with nine companies responding. This is Act 51 monies. These are all pretty self-explanatory this week. Any questions? Right, next item.
Item 7, requesting commission approval of Amendment 1 to our intergovernmental agreement with the City of Detroit.
Okay, this is for the City of Detroit parks. This is just extending the agreement and there's no change in the dollar amounts for this. There's several parks that are listed in our information for park improvements. Questions? Okay, next item.
Item 8, requesting commission approval of a 3-year contract with a 1-year option to renew with Great Lakes Engineering Group.
Okay, this is for the Ferry Street Bridge on Grosziel for engineering services. Good news for Commissioner Palomero. Questions on this?
Chair,
Yes.
move approval.
Hey, you know what? We have an addenda item too.
Oh,
coming.
okay, thanks.
Any questions on this one? All set, Commissioner Palomero? Okay. All right. Let's move on to the addenda item.
Item 9, requesting commission approval of a cooperative agreement with Detroit Salt Company.
Okay, this is for a lot of salt for the upcoming months. Questions on Commissioner Dobb?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I am just wondering if we have approved a contract already for road salt for this upcoming winter? Or is this the first and only one?
Good. Good morning.
Good morning, Madam Chair. This is our Derek Coley, Equipment Division Director, DPS. This is our annual contract for the upcoming year. We have not had anything before this body before now. This is the only one. And there's always one every year.
Okay, so this should be all the salt that we need for this upcoming winter?
That is correct.
Okay, thanks.
Don't we usually break those contracts into a couple contracts in case someone doesn't follow through?
Not for the salt contract. There have been in recent years that the state awarded the salt contract to several different vendors, but it's always one contract for us.
Okay.
And this year there is once again one vendor, Detroit Salt.
Commissioner Baydun.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Mr. Coley, I have a question. How does this contract compare in terms of the quantity to the prior year? Like this year, it's 100 tons of salt. How much was it the prior year?
Last year, I'm 99% sure it was 100,000 tons. I believe the year before it was 90,000 tons. And we usually estimate it based on some of the predictions for the winter by the roads engineers. They contribute to that estimate and also to the remaining quantities of salt that we have from the previous year.
That was my next question. Do we usually carry over some amounts for the next year usually?
Yes, as of right now, I believe the roads division has notified us that our salt domes are about 75% full now. So we do have a good initial stock of salt going into the winter.
Unless we get a very bad winter, which I
Yes.
hope we don't. Okay, thank you.
Do we usually spend this much money on salt?
Yes, like I said, our quantities have been pretty consistent, 90,000, 100,000 tons. The price of salt fluctuates, is almost like the stock market. It just depends on what's available, and, you know, the bids that the state gets, because we, of course, piggyback on the state contract.
Right, right. Mr. Hattis?
Madam Chair, I really have concern, not about the salt. I know in the past we have a little bit of problem with the liquid we spray dirt road. And a couple years, the problem is we order them right in the season instead of we order what we need way before the season to be able to respond to the citizens' complaint. Are we this year changing the pattern how we order that liquid and order them early enough to be ready for the season?
What Commissioner Hayes is talking about is what we call brine. It is like an activator for the rock salt. And I don't know if Steve wants to comment on our availability for the brine and how we plan to use it this year.
We have some brine. Always use brine. Good morning, Commission. Steve Shea, Wayne County Roads. We do have brine. Usually that works in conjunction with salt. What it does is it provides a chemical heat as it works together and takes care of, so we don't have no
No, my question
compaction.
was
Yes, we
not,
do have brine, but we'll order we'll order brine as needed. Just like salt, you know, we have 75% of our yards are all full, but as we go through the winter season, we'll order stuff as we go along.
Anyone else? Commissioner Varga?
Thank you. This particular Detroit Salt Company is very famous for my district. Again, Southwest Detroit, I must say. We used to have a couple of these contracts going back way back. And the other company was from Canada. So I'm very happy that we're using not only Michigan, but a Detroit Salt Company. And I'm especially happy that they're working their prices according to be able to be in competition to provide salt for Wayne County. Thank you.
What else? All right, thank you. Okay, no more questions on that one? Commissioner Kinlock?
Approval.
Board,
I like to be the motion maker on item 2.
Yep, I will bring that up at full board. So, okay. Make myself a note. And I know Commissioner Palomero would like to be. Okay. All right, we have an approval and a support for the agenda. Okay, if there are no more questions, Madam Clerk, could you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Varga,
yes.
Commissioner Palomero,
Yes.
Commissioner Kenlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Hattis, Commissioner Baydoun,
Yes.
Commissioner Dobb,
Yes.
Chairman Markey.
Yes. Okay, the agenda passes. Next item.
F, such other matters as may be properly submitted before the committee. Public comments.
Okay, anyone from the public in the chambers that would like to address the Committee on Public Services? Come on, Michelle. All right, do we have any emails?
No emails.
Okay, do you see anybody on Zoom?
No one on Zoom.
Great.
Yes, I'm on Zoom. This is Joe Lennox.
Oh, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I don't know if it's time to talk about this, but I was
You have 2
informed
minutes, by
about.
the way.
Okay, I was informed of this meeting. I've been talking to DPS, Steve, specifically Shiwa, regarding the section of road between, on 8 Mile between Griswold and Hagerty. I've communicated numerous times with DPS, with his colleague, his employee, Sammy, regarding this road condition and what Wayne County's plans are to, reconstruct the entire road. It's a mess, as we all know. And I've been trying to get some information, and DPS will not give me any plans because there is none to reconstruct this road. I come to find out, and they're talking about Payzer ratings and things like that, being 3 to 4, but in the state of Michigan.org website, there's actually Payzer ratings of 2, which is extremely poor on the website. So my neighbors are concerned that there is no plans, and we'd like to know what are the plans. I've been trying to have a meeting with Steve and unsuccessful in getting together to review the situation and to just discuss what are the plans for 8 Mile between Griswold and Hagerty, because it's beyond repair. As most of you folks know, Madam Chairperson, I believe you're part of this area. You would agree that in the springtime, it's a complete disaster. And at best right now, it's still, it's like riding over a bunch of speed bumps, and it's very unsafe, but especially in the spring. And what's more concerning is there just isn't any plans to reconstruct this road, I found out. And I was wondering, how do we get this road on the radar of Wayne County? And more importantly, have better communication between DPS and citizens who want information and not getting it.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Lennox. Thank you for joining our meeting today. Anyone else on Zoom or on the phone that would like to address the Committee on Public Services? Anyone else? Okay, seeing and hearing no one. Okay, next item, Madam Clerk.
Adjournment.
Okay. All right, we have an approval and a support to adjourn. We are now adjourned. Thank you.